Hey y'all, welcome to Glory Hills Homestead. My name's Holly, this is David. Today we're going to show you guys how to do your chimney sweep. This is something we do every year just to make sure our house stays safe during the winter. We don't have a working heater in our house. We haven't for 3 years, and so we just heat our house the old-fashioned way, and it works really great for us.
So the reason why this is so important to clean your chimney is because whenever you're using wood and it burns, sap from that wood goes up into the chimney. Especially if you're using woods like pine or cedar that have a higher tar value of the wood. So whenever it burns, if you're using those kinds of woods, it actually ends up caking onto the side of your chimney, and later on it can actually burn your chimney. So it'll start a fire inside your chimney tube. In turn, it could catch your house on fire. So
chimney fire is no fun.
They're no fun. So we've never really had one. However, we've had our chimney get very, very hot.
And we've seen where that has happened to people, and you have to get on top and dump water in through the top, and it's just a big mess and very dangerous.
We do this for a preventative measure to make sure it's clean for the winter time. You might as well do it when the weather's nice, but it's a little windy today, so I'm gonna get up on the roof and it's gonna be windy.
Yeah.
Okie doke. So a couple of things that you'll need whenever getting up on the roof is first off, a good dependable ladder. Ours is a little rickety, but it gets the job done, as well as you'll need extensions, chimney sweep extensions, and then a metal brush or a wire brush that fits the dimensions of your chimney. It's important to get one that actually fits or is a little bit bigger than your chimney. Like
the circumference of the pipe.
The reason being is because if it's too small, you're not going to get all of the tar or the kerosene off of your chimney tube. And one other thing is some screwdrivers, because you'll have to take off the top cap. And I don't remember if it's a flathead or if it's a regular
You're just taking everything
Phillips.
up there?
So I'm taking it all up there.
Because he knows I am staying on the ground. Best of luck.
There we go.
It's really quite blustery today, so I hope he will be okay while he does this. We probably should have picked a different time.
Okay. I'm taking off these screws, and so this whole thing should there we go. There. Okay. So, what's important to do is make sure you clean out both sides. So although you took off the top, make sure you also clean inside as well as the part that you took off. Now, disclaimer, you might make sure you don't stand right over it because there is going to be little flakes and stuff come off of it, and you don't want to get that in your eyes. So it's really simple. It's going to be kind of loud. All you do is just work in an up and down motion and turn your scraping off the ash and all the debris along the interior tube.
It's really loud, but David wanted me to come inside and make sure there was nothing falling out of the front. Oh, here we go. Here's all of our cute volunteer pumpkins. Okay, sounds like he's mostly done, so I'm going to go back out and check on him. What did you just say about Daddy?
I love all my life and all my heart.
You love him with all your life and all your heart. That's sweet.
Okie doke, so as you can see, what we've decided to do is, with some of these IBC totes or chemical totes, we took them out, turned those into our chicken brooders, and then the cages, I don't know, holding blocks or holding cells. Yeah. So we have all this right here, and then we also have some firewood in here. It is already seasoned wood.
People are going to ask, is this enough for us all winter?
No. Wood is an ongoing deal. We always have to cut more wood and split more wood, and it never stops until it gets warm again.
Depending on the weather, obviously, but this and what we have under the carport is probably about a month and a half worth if we needed it like regularly.
Yeah, if it's really cold, it might be a couple weeks.
Yeah, like 3 weeks or so.
I probably have black stuff all on my face and everything, but
it's all right. It's cute.
It's all part of the job. So
for those of you who saw our last video and you're wondering about how our turkeys are doing, we're down to 1. In the last video there was 3. Now we have 1. The last one actually seems really healthy, so I'm hopeful that she'll be around. She was older than the other 5 or however many there were. But unfortunately we lost the second to last one last night. So there's just 1 left.
It's been hard with turkeys. Turkeys have been very hard.
And I've always heard people say turkeys are way harder to keep alive than chickens, but at least with our experience, that's been very true.
So a couple of tips when it comes to wood burning stoves. Always have extra cement blocks like in the inside. I'll show you what they look like. Always have these, either cement blocks.
The stuff that borders the inside.
Yes, it makes an insulation barrier, but it also protects your wood burning stove. Have extra of those on hand because sometimes they do break, they do crumble, and if it's really cold outside and you're burning your wood stove, you want extra there on hand so you can slide them in there, still preserving your wood fireplace.
And you can get those at Tractor Supply. We've actually had those break in the middle of a winter storm, and luckily David was able to get some, but it's nice to have them on hand. They're about $3 a piece.
Also, if you do have a glass piece for the front of your wood burning stove like we did, you want to have a steel plate cut to the exact same dimensions as that glass. And the reason being is, one thing that we figured out, I accidentally dropped a piece of firewood on the glass and broke it last year, and it broke in several pieces. And whenever you have a fire, you need to have that barrier protection because otherwise smoke will come out and into the house. So have a steel plate, again, cut to those dimensions. That way, if or when your glass breaks, you at least have an alternative to go to. So what we're getting ready to do is switch out the steel plate with glass. Gotta remember how to do this.
So when the glass broke last year, we actually didn't have a backup plan, but David was quick and creative and found a sheet of steel out in the shop and was able to cut it to fit this just right. But it served us the rest of the winter. And then just today, actually, we were finally able to go get new glass cut for this year.
So something we were not prepared for is always make sure you have some extra ribbon. It just puts that barrier in the fireplace, and that way, again, it seals everything up nice and tight. Can
that also be bought at like Tractor Supply?
Generally, you have to go buy this at a fireplace store. So it's a lot easier getting a broken glass piece out than putting a new one in.
So after a few long minutes, 15 minutes of looking on the back panel trying to figure it out?
Yeah, wow.
He flipped it over and realized there were still 2 screws on the front. And now it makes sense. It's gonna look so nice having a fresh piece of glass in here.
Now we're just putting this thick ribbon back in and be good to go. There we go.
It's so pretty. Guys, well, that is all for today. As far as inside of our house, we are ready for winter. Outside, we still have a lot of like shelter preparations to do for the animals. But for instance, today it was 90 degrees. So that's Oklahoma for you. It can sometimes get cold really fast. Sometimes it stays hot for a really long time. So at least we have the wood stove ready. It's about 7 o'clock at night. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Make sure I don't get my head caught in one of those nasty fly traps. Honey's in the stanchion. I'm gonna get her milked, then we'll go to bed. Anything you wanna add?
Well, we're gonna eat some brownies tonight.
Oh, we're eating brownies, then going to bed. Oh, there's the last turkey. What are you doing? We just clipped its wings, but it pretty much thinks it lives in the shop now, so. Oh my gosh. You know what's funny? Here, hold this. Watch. It just lays down. Isn't that funny? Alright guys, thank you for watching. Comment if you have any questions. Remember, you were born for such a time as this. And we'll see you on the next one.
See you guys.
Bye.